Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing good and having a great day. We have a lot to talk about. The legitimate Nintendo Switch 2 leaks are here, but we also want to talk about key cards and things like that as well. So there's a lot of stuff I want to jump into. Now, on my knowledge, we've pretty much leaked this a few days ago, several days earlier. If not, maybe even months ago. However, we have the legitimate specs for the Switch 2, and we're actually going to compare it to the Switch 1. Now, we'll start to the bottom because it looks good for the Switch 2, so let's start from there. Game chat integration is on the Switch 2, file decompression engine, DLSS, ray tracing are all for the Switch 2, not on the Switch 1. Those alone are probably worth nearly $100 itself with the upgrade. But again, I feel like the Switch itself was expensive. But the Switch 2 does have those. Same touchscreen format of a 10-point multi-touch, a much larger display, a better resolution. It's actually double, some 720 to 1080. Some people don't know about that, but I believe it is actually double the resolution. Um, HDR10, variable refresh rate, and 120 hertz. Monstrous upgrade right there in the display. Storage is a huge upgrade. Memory bandwidth is way higher. The docked, it's 4 times higher. 3 times more usable RAM. I want to focus on usable RAM. And the fact that it's a DDR5, which is a huge upgrade compared to a DDR4. Teraflops. I thought the Switch 1 was about a 1 teraflop. I guess it's not even close. 3.072. We were pretty close. Actually, we were super close with what I assumed it was going to be and based on links before. 1.4, so we were off. I thought it was a 1.6 on the Switch 2, but that's fine. Maybe it is a 1.6, but they don't want to max it out at 1.6, so maybe it's 1.4. Again, it does say theoretical. As you can see with the GPU, you just see it's significantly better and has way more CUDA cores. Here's where it gets weird though, right? The CPU is very weak for the Switch 2. I know the GPU is the main thing here. Having a strong GPU is going to be important, and the fact that it has DLSS and ray tracing, it's going to help out and make games look great regardless. The GPU is kind of the main thing. But yes, the CPU, not that crazy. Not that much powerful. It's really weak, honestly. So that's a downfall for the Switch 2. But by all means, let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think that the Switch 2 is worth 450? You know what I mean? Obviously, it's so much more powerful, so much better, so maybe it is worth $450 compared to a $350 OLED. However, the Switch is still expensive, and the Switch 2 is nowhere near a PS5 or an Xbox Series S or X. It's not close. And those consoles are cheaper. The PS5 base edition is cheaper. The Xbox is way cheaper. I mean, and they're far more stronger. But with what it could do, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty impressive. You know, um, it's somewhat worth 450. I'm kind of getting interested in buying one now. Um, but yes, these are the specs. But you know, it's really what a Switch 2 can do. For me, it's the games. I don't really care for the console. I want the games. You know what I mean? I still think the Switch 1 will work. Um, for this year, I don't think there's any games that are really a big deal right now. But yeah, Let me know what you guys think about that. The next thing I want to talk about is key cards. And according to a leak, studios have three options when it comes to launching a Switch 2 or launching a Switch 2: a digital only game, a game keycard, or a 64 gigabyte full game cartridge. If the leak is true, based on this leak, and a 64 gigabyte cart really is the only choice to release a full game physically on the Switch 2, most likely a third party game. It makes a lot of sense that developers would opt for the keycard solution, meaning they're not going to take this 64 gig. This leak, I don't know about it too much. But what I'll tell you is right now, you want to save your space. If every game's going to be 64 gigs or whatever it is, or depending on this sort of option, is going to eat up the space real quick. But again, I'm not buying a Switch 2. If I'm buying a Switch 2, I'm not going to waste my time playing Madden or I don't know, maybe people would want to play 2K. People would want to play other games and other shooters, but I just feel like you're paying 450, might as well just dump more money to play another console. The only reason why I bought a Switch was for Pokemon. I literally paid 380 on Amazon, a little extra, I know. Maybe it was a UK version. I paid 380 for my Switch OLED. And I just did that for Pokemon and Switch Sports and whatnot. So, and I really I don't have a reason to upgrade to the Switch 2. I don't care about this Mario Kart game. Donkey Kong looks great. If there's a demo, I'm satisfied. I'll be happy. But again, I just don't see myself really needing a Switch 2 unless I want to turn in the Switch 1 and whatever. Personally, um yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't really want to play other games on the Switch. So they're gonna take up so much space, and dumping another what, 50 to 70 bucks? How much is it? Right, 50 to 70 bucks for a gigantic SD card, SSD card. It's a lot of money these days. So the amount of money I would be dumping in is not worth it. I personally would not buy a Switch 2. I don't really care for the. Maybe some people want to get one instead of a Steam Deck. That's their option. I think that's maybe I guess a good option, but personally, um, that's what's going on here with the keycard option. You know, for the Switch 1, they had an 8 gigabyte and a 16 gigabyte version, but oh my goodness, the Switch 2, boy, oh boy, this stuff's gonna eat up space right now if this is the case. But, you know, at the end of the day, you can save a lot of space if you just get a digital only version. So, yeah. Um, but again, I don't know. I don't know too much, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And yes, these are legit Nintendo Switch 2 specs. I feel like I leaked them several days ago. I was pretty close, so yeah. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.